completely shocked. I will make no more predictions for the rest of the event.
Yeah, that would be pretty crazy.
I mean, I would put my life on the line.
Dreamhack
but
Summer 2013.
yeah.
Wow, wow.
I would put my.
Usually we just do hair here at Honcast.
Yeah, well, I've got nothing to shave off left, man. So I have to go to the next logical step, which is ending my own life.
I guess that makes sense. Sure. No, all right. So we will have the match here in just a minute, but it looks like I believe we are ready now. So let's go ahead and check out the team profiles now for both these teams. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Again, we got our matchup here. They are still settling into the lobbies right now. I'm sure, again, with the land sending and everything, just have to make sure everything is good to go. But once they are officially going to go, we'll be jumping in to our matchup here of Complexity versus ITS. So, again, these are another thing to stress is the first game for these two teams, just like it was for State Green and Mythos by the last game. These two teams, they're making their debut at Dreamhack Summer 2013. So, kind of getting the nerves off a little bit, you could say.
Well, exactly. If anything, that actually might give ITS a little bit of advantage. It is the first game of the day, so a little bit of rust. Maybe they've had some warm-up mid-wars, or maybe some 1v1s or something to get warmed. Still, it's different playing your first match of the day.
It definitely is. But, again, just like State Green, as we stressed really, is that Complexity, they got plenty of land experience themselves.
Right.
Even Riser was able to pick up his land experience.
Well, he himself was saying he was nervous. He's like, man, I'm not playing as well. I'm nervous. Like, during the scrims, honestly, it was a little bit of a travesty initially at the Hontor Grand Finals. I mean, Riser was a little bit on tilt, but when it came time to the event, he crushed.
Yeah.
He absolutely crushed. He may be even performing the best on Complexity. So, yeah, Riser not really, in my opinion, he's going to just be a beast, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to let them know that we are good whenever they are. So, again, we can get this started ASAP here. So, but, yeah, Riser, no doubt. He definitely was kind of that I don't want to say unexpected star by any means because we've always known he's a great player. But, again, he's had the history of, unfortunately, not making land events that kind of last deals. And for the Hunter Grand Finals, that changed, and you're right. He had a very impressive performance, and he was almost the reason why Complexity almost got to the Grand Finals, man. That was an epic 5-game series, again, at the time against X-Trademark Esports, just falling short against them. Finishing third place overall, but still very impressive and a lot to look forward to now here at the Dreamhack Summer 2013 event. So I can't wait to see again what they bring to the table here. And something else we've been talking about a lot with this team, the fact that Tralfmador and how he's blended in with Complexity.
True.
I mean, it seems like it's just really it was a match made for them really. You know, Haxran just it was falling apart with them. He eventually left, joined State Green EU.
Right.
Tralf fit in just nicely, though. So.
And Tralf's a player with a lot of experience, but since he came back onto the scene, I kept saying, I can't wait for him to find a team that allows Tralf to just be Tralf. And being able to play that carry role, fitting into a group of players that he formerly had a lot of experience with, it just seems like it makes sense. And it seems like he finally found a nice home. So, yeah, curious to see how they'll actually be able to put it together here on land, though. we mentioned in the past, Complexity has had high hopes going to different LAN events, or formerly when they were trademark in the past, and they've always fallen quite short of that goal. So,
well, Complexity, they're the returning reigning runner-up DreamHack champions. Again, they were the favorite last DreamHack.
Sure.
Like Stay Green is this one to an extent that they were on a lot of momentum going in.
Yeah.
They were the team to beat. In the grand finals, though, again, at the time, Trademark Esports, now Stay Green EU, kind of, somewhat same three of the 5 players. Anyways, they defeated them in the grand finals, and well, you can definitely call it an upset at the time. So, Complexity on the other side of the spectrum now to an extent, where Stay Green now kind of that team to beat again. Another kind of fun thing to bring up here again on the side of ITS is that you got Nova again. Speaking of him, hey, he's looking for his 5th DreamHack win, man. This guy's looking for his 5th DreamHack win, right?
He's looking for the 5 Dreambreakers, right?
He's looking for the one on each finger, exactly. He's looking to fill it up, right?
Once again, I feel like it would be highly unrealistic.
Yeah.
Some upset game, sure. Maybe they'll pull some upsets. That would be fun to watch.
Yeah.
In terms of getting that 5th Doombringer, man, nope. A little bit going to fall short there.
It might.
Yeah.
But again, hey, they're here to ultimately have fun, and that they should. But at the same time, want to hey, pull the upset. 1-game series, anything can happen. So we'll see. We'll see if maybe that comes through. So they are just infighting in the last couple of casters. With that said, speaking of this event being international, not only with all the teams that are in it from all over the world, but all the coverage that's going on. I know for a fact, obviously, we got COL cast, as we've announced several times. They're casting the other match that's happening when we're on, which, speaking of that right now, is, I believe it was Stay Green versus KFG, Kung Fu Gaming. The team that's representing China there at DreamHack Summer 2013, and that we're going to see them a little bit later on ourselves. But I'm excited to see, again, obviously a very difficult debut match, but
Sure.
what that team is able to bring.
I was watching them scrim a bit yesterday. They were actually playing against ITS. Definitely some fun games from both teams. So,
a team with solid players.
A team with some solid players. Actually, I was a little bit impressed. Limestyle brusted out some impressive carry performances too in those scrims. So.
Again, solid players. You got Noodle, GG Slayer, players that are recognized at least here on Honcast of playing Hon Tour and whatnot. But
with AL,
with Absolute Legends, of course. Yeah. So again, it's going to be fun to see how they also do. And again, we'll get to check them out later on. But they right now are going to be playing Stay Green in the other match that's happening. But my point was that you got these casters also from we got from CIS, Akamai. Akamai, he's actually in this one, going to be casting it, of course. He's following his team, obviously. Great guy. We got to meet him at GSL.
He's awesome, man.
Yeah, a lot of fun to hang out with. So shout out to him. He's doing his coverage for CIS over there in Russian. We got Southeast Asian casters. We got casters from Thailand.
Yeah.
Again, we literally have casters from all over the world. I believe even Team Stay Green, I know Mangy and
they're doing vent casts, actually.
Dan, I heard about that. Yeah, they're doing some vent casts apparently of Stay Green. So, hey.
Some insight into how that team plays. That's another place you can pick it up.
Yeah, definitely a great idea there. So, again, coverage is here when it comes to casting in different languages. And then on top of all that, we got GoSuitGamers.net, obviously, /Han. And if you go there, it's all updated information, up-to-date information from Fantasy. Is definitely doing hard work. He's at the event, actually, and he's keeping it up-to-date as much as possible.
It's a complete DreamHack coverage portal.
Yep, it definitely is. It definitely is. So we are – wow, my keeper's all messed up. We are good, too. Good luck. Have fun. So, again, just letting them know that, hey, we're ready. I know you guys are just as antsy as us, so just trying to –
That's what see some games.
I know, man. I want to see some games.
I'm excited. I am excited for this matchup. Once again, I did slant the favors, of course, in favor of Complexity, just being a realistic man. But it's going to be fun to see. And actually, I thought Nova might be drafting, but it looks like it will be Bless. So
that's a good point.
Yep. He is. He's not going to be filling that role.
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean,
really?
Well, again, we talked about that on the podcast. It's like you have a player here in Nova who has shown he has arguably some of the most experience out of any player in Han.
That doesn't mean he's not consulting with Bless. That doesn't mean they
have
been talking
no.
about
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, ultimately, you're all right. I guess if he's not actually in that league, it doesn't mean he's not ultimately maybe drafting for them. But I would think that that's kind of a big deal. When you have a player like that has all that does amazing amount of research. He's shown that in the past. I mean,
I feel like they're talking about it as a team. Bless, in the end, is still the team captain. He's the one that brought him here in the first place.
It's fair. Okay.
I think it's fair to see him in that role, man. So
that's a good point. So okay. You know what? They have started. So, ladies and gentlemen,
let's do it.
We are good. We got our game here. We got Complexity taking on ITS. Let's jump in. I keep wanting to say game number 1, but again, it is just a one-game series here in the group stages. So again, as we mentioned, also the debut of these two teams here at Dreamhack Summer. So both with that 0-0 record, of course, looking to get off to a strong start. And as you can see, they're kind of settling in comfortably at their seats. So the drafting stage at hand here. We got Ophelia Scout, blind band by ITS, Rally Moon Queen coming out for complexity. How about that? Scout being blind band. And you know, so speaking of that too, Crowslaw, he actually put an article up recently on Honcast, the hero tier list. And he had 5 or 6, I think, god tier heroes, according to some stats and just some research he's done, and a little bit mixed opinion as well. Scout was one of those heroes in the god tier list. I saw that. I'm like, I never thought I would see the day. Scout would
I've
got to
say, some of those stats, though, according to the sample pool they were drawn from, are a little bit scary. I think I saw Empath was in the god tier, too, and I'm honestly just not sold at all. I think I put it actually a little bit lower than Engineer still on the pool. So it's an effective hero where you can find it. Still a niche hero, though. Not really sold in that god tier stats, but it's based on more of a limited sample pool still. He's working on building up those stats and getting him to a place where we truly can see some fun facts. Either way, moving forward here, that Ophelia and Scout band, I do like it. Moon Meander had been playing a lot of Scout, especially since the Hunter Grand Finals where, well, KZU showed its strength. Other teams have been picking it up. Moon Meander, huge fan of it now, so taking that out of the pool. Meanwhile, Hellborn taking out that Rally and the Moon Queen factor, so no cheese coming out there. That does leave the power junglers of the Tempest, of the Keeper of the Forest, though, and blessed with that first pick. You got to wonder which route he's going to go, a more aggressive jungler in Tempest, or is he going to go for something else and go for more of that Keeper Suicide or Keeper Safe lane and pick up lanes elsewhere.
Look at those fun locks right there. And again, that's kind of the thing about this ITS team to look forward to, if anything, is expect them to go a little odd sometimes. Expect them to make some creative and fun picks.
Maybe they figure they won't win off of being conventional here, so
why not try something? Again, in a one-game series, hey, it can definitely catch them off guard. So a Chipper Alonia, the next couple of locks coming out right here for ITS, definitely some fun ones there. But as you were talking about, Glacius the first lock into that Keeper Tempest, of course. So B-Kid now just thinking about trying to pick his poison right here as far as what he wants the final lock to be. Does he want it to be something? Yeah, it wants to be a Lodestone, so another very solid option there to finish things off with. Again, Lodestone's another hero, man. The burst damage on this, we've seen more and more of it, and it's become more and more clear to me, at least, that this hero's got
they're guaranteed
damage.
either Tempest Lodestone, Keeper Lodestone, or Tempest Keeper here.
Yeah.
So I don't think they have much of a problem with this lock pool.
Yeah,
I don't think they really care about that Alonia and the Chipper being in the pool there. It doesn't work as well when you have a second pick on, well, Complexity's side.
Yeah, if anything, you'd want to do that with that second pick. Because then you could usually make 3 out of those 6 heroes. You know, kind of awkward somewhat. So, but not so much.
Still, now that
right?
they already know what they'll be taking out of the lock pool in a point like this. So, well, it gives them an opportunity to draft against it.
Yeah. You see, you can see it looking at the player cam right there. You got Nova. Nova's trying to hype his team up, almost, it looks like. You know, getting them somewhat excited.
Actually. They're looking like
again, Nova knows how to be at Dreamhack, I think is a good way to put it. He knows how to have fun at Dreamhack, and this is his 5th or 6th even Dreamhack, maybe. I mean, he's also been there just an amazing amount of times. Again, he's won 4 of them, all with that Fnatic team that just had their reign for a while. So
I think Nova is one of the players I respect most, man. His dedication to the game has been unwavering since the start.
Oh, yeah.
Really, really honorable player at that. So in here, keeping his team spirits high, helping the Russian team ITS out with this Dreamhack. I mean, he's a really, really good guy.
Yeah. Final ban coming out right there, and you see a Devour. So we do got the bands finishing. Engineer, Parasite, Bubbles, Deadwood, Fade, Devour are the 6
so
bands.
B-Kid maybe getting a little bit of a read into some secret tech they might have been trying to throw out there. And
what's that?
The Devourer. Getting banned.
Yeah.
He's like, what?
Yeah, reacting to that. Wait a second. We were planning on picking Devour.
Yeah.
What?
The first pick, Blacksmith. Never mind the Master of Arms. Never mind the Pebbles. I mean, I can look at what else is on the board here, but
I already love this. This is my new favorite team. You know what? You know what would make them actually my new favorite team is if they run the Russian Blacksmith. If they don't run the Russian Blacksmith here, then why even bother? Why even bother picking
Chronos? See, I like Chronos, but I don't see the synergy between a Gauntlet and a Blacksmith. The Chronos. Oh man.
That is odd, actually.
Gauntlet, though, I've actually been seeing really surprising results out of him. I saw a lot of the scrims complexities he's been putting out. They've been playing a lot of Gauntlet, and Beacon actually doing pretty phenomenally with it. So I think Gauntlet's a bit underrated. The blacksmith, the Russian blacksmith, I hope, will be very fun to watch. It's got to be, man. It's got to be. Hail Mother Russia with that skin. Meanwhile, okay, so they have Master of Arms, Pebbles. Look at what else is in the pool here. They need to round it up with a support hero of choice. A Luna would make a lot of sense. So unless they want to run Master of Arms as a support, they really don't need to, though. They should run it as a carry in this lineup. So grab that Luna support, grab additional burst there with the Pebbles combination. Very easy Tempest and Lodestone or Keeper Lodestone from there. Your lanes speak for themselves. You got the dual lane Pebbles Luna. You got the solo Master of Arms. And you got the Suicide Lodestone.
Yeah, I guarantee complexity at the same time. As much fun. I mean, let's just look at that. They're just going to give them their options here now, too, on top of it. I like B-Kid right there. I almost think he's reacting to kind of like, what are they doing? I mean,
he's like, I don't know, man. I can hear his voice right now, man.
What are they doing?
Yeah, what are they doing? Peter.
What
are they doing?
Good team, Peter?
What do we do?
Is that a pretty spot-on B-Kid impression?
I can't.
Oh my God. Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, you got complexity right here. They're like, okay, as fun as ITS is having, we're just gonna play our game because every game's important. You know, they're here to arguably even win it all. So. The ITS, on the other hand, especially with the way they're drafting here, it's very evident right off the bat that they're just here to have a good time, and that's what they're gonna go for. So Glacius is gonna be the final pick for them.
What am I looking at, man?
This is a
party lineup if I've ever seen one. Yeah.
I think they're pretty happy with the lineup that they got in the end. So
are they going to go aggressive? There's a chance they might go aggressive and put a 1v1 up against this Lodestone, and we'll have to see. The dual mid would crush, but I've seen him running some aggressive strategies before, so wouldn't be too surprised here.
Well, I mean,
roaming Blacksmith Glacius and then 3 solos.
Yeah. This is going to be fun to see how ITS specifically.
I feel like that's going to be. I feel like it's going to be this roaming Blacksmith Glacius, starting with more of an aggressive lane top, and then 3 solos essentially.
It's not the Russian Blacksmith though. I mean,
what?
I don't even know if we
can
count this game.
Can someone go talk to Milkfat as to why he didn't?
Can we? Yeah, like this game needs to be remade right now. We need to get him Russian Blacksmith and remake. Anyways, so we're gonna have a pause here. Apparently, just a quick shop issue. Again, playing at the land setting, it's just something you just have to deal with, as far as making the adjustments. But yeah, it's obviously again this is the one great set of casting team like ITS here at this event. Is that they're here to have fun. They're clearly making a point here, and you just see it in their lineup.
Doesn't mean they don't have like kill potential or ability. To
make they have kill potential for certain. I mean, Blacksmith, Chipper, yeah.
Gauntlet's not a portal key reliant burst hero at 6 either, so able to set things up with his team. And well, I said they didn't have enough synergy for the Chronos. Chipper sort of changes that.
Yeah,
great synergy there between the Chronos and the Chipper ultimate. So yeah, still have potential, and well, the Chipper shield could provide some anti-burst versus the Pebbles. Realistically speaking, though, they are going up against a god tier team here on the Hellborn side. Pretty much a perfect team fight makeup here. Couldn't really ask for more, I would say. So
yeah,
they do have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, and again, ITS, I'm sure they know. You first picked a Chipper out of a locked pool. I had Tempest, Keeper, Lodestone. I mean, again,
they got the ideal support for their Pebbles,
Yeah.
Pebbles Luna combination, incredibly deadly in its own right, and then the gank synergy between them, so powerful.
Who's playing what, by the way? Okay, Nova's on Chronos, so
yeah, he's playing that carry Chronos.
Yeah, gonna be doing the carry thing here. I love seeing Black, and again, whenever the few times we do get to see Blacksmith, I always bring up that honestly, this hero man is to an extent underrated. I mean, I understand why he's not played, but because we see him so little, we maybe forget sometimes that his Frenzy specifically, as much burst damage as this guy can put out with multicast procs and everything, Frenzy is an amazing tool for a mid to late game stage, for any right-click carry, especially for example Chronos. So
yeah, it can be difficult for him at that point though, where he actually has the levels enough to use that Frenzy. But yeah, if it does ultimately hit that point, sure, it's a synergy across the board. The only hero that really makes use of it on this team though is Chronos. I mean.
Well, it does increase cast speed as well as
it
speed,
does, but it just
so heroes like Chipper and Gauntlet can definitely benefit.
Chipper doesn't even really have any cast speed.
Movement speed is
the movement speed, sure.
Yeah, it helps. I mean, it's still something, but yeah, you're right. It's as far as maximum efficiency. Kronos is arguably the only one on here that really will benefit from it. So
Yeah.
we've talked about Gauntlet. Speaking of him, by the way, that you were actually mentioning that Complexity's been picking up Gauntlet in their scripts recently. Sure enough, we see it over here on ITS. But the Gauntlet hook range, man, I mean, that got buffed in that big Runic Shift patch to where at level 4, it's a Devour hook range. That's a long 1100, I believe it is, for an exact number. So
yeah, a little bit more difficult to land, but still very powerful in its own right, man.
So it looks like the two teams are good to go here and move on with what is again it's game 1 and the only
number
game
1
here.
of 1.
I'm just so used to it, damn it. By the end of Dreamhack Summer, I'll finally get used to being a 1-game series for the group stages.
What do you think about the series, by the way? How do you feel about these 1 games, every team facing off against each other?
I love it. Yeah, but the format, I honestly love the format. I mean, it's the idea that the group stages, that every team gets to play every other team is a great part of it. And then on top of that, every team also makes a bracket. So it takes away, as you could argue that the 1-game series is dangerous for the top tier teams, which could be, unfair to an extent, I guess. But at the same time, again, every team ultimately makes a bracket stage, though. So it's a case of, sure, it still matters where your standings are and whatnot, but you ultimately make the bracket stage no matter where you finish in the group. So for that reason specifically, it's why I just ultimately love this format. And then the bracket stage, how 4 teams start in the lower bracket, and then 4 in the winners bracket. I mean, it really is going to blend. It's going to come together very well, I think. And it's going to also set up for later on day number 2, especially tomorrow, where group stages will be finishing up. We're going to have some matchups that will really determine a lot on the line with the standings. So it's going to set up very nicely. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it over these next day and a half, really. So
yeah, I mentioned I was expecting some aggressive laning. Gauntlet moved with them top right now. Kronos is moving to the bottom lane, so it looks like they're just going to start out with the dual lanes. Not really going to have that roaming Glacius Blacksmith from the start. I'm pretty sure they'll meet up and make things happen from there. Blacksmith doesn't need to stay top too long. Maybe he'll pick up level 2 and then create some action. Peter Pan Dam does have a ward, though, so if Blacksmith tries to roam and tries to go through the woods to make it happen, they will have a read on that.
I just love that Honey Badger courier as it's rolling back for Complexity's side. Getting distracted there. Anyways, yeah, so as you're talking about the roam potential, not going to be taken off right off the bat, but how about that Blacksmith Chipper being top? That is some fun stuff right there. So Master of Arms, he knows he's not in too much of a threat just yet, but once those levels start adding up, drop him the door, playing the Master, he will need to keep that in mind, of course.
Blacksmith should have really stunned sooner. As soon as the Chipper Rocket hit and he was already in auto attack range, he should have stunned then so that Jam could put in a couple more auto attacks. So yeah, not really maximizing that. Actually looks like is Chipper supporting?
I was actually wondering that, yeah. It seems like Chipper's the one farming, but he's also the harasser because
okay, yeah,
so.
He does need to position himself to make it happen.
The Rockets especially.
Yeah, Chipper is going to be the one farming in the end. Good thing. Yeah, for sure. I was like, no, don't tell me they're actually giving Blacksmith the farm in this lane. That would be... Well, actually...
Didn't we see a Blacksmith mid? That was on the banning grab. That's what it was. I forget exactly who did that, but fun stuff. Oh, but look at Complexity. We got Riser here on Tempest.
Yeah, in the enemy woods, trying to set something up for this middle lane. The first kill on mid is what truly sets the pace of the game. And Pebble's level 2. Luna level 2. I mean, if he gets the right angle here, they can easily pick off this Glacius, man.
Oh, yeah.
Just waiting for stun mana here, and might make it happen. Actually going to rotate and keep his farming pattern up, going for the bottom rune, it looks like. So, securing both sides here, and definitely in favor of Complexity in terms of that. Massive Arms hitting level 3 here, so not being boxed out of the lane quite yet. I mean, there's 2 of them, but just content to push up the lane as fast as he can here to make sure he has the creep advantage so he can actually get some experience, and then see how he handles it from there. Tempest moving on in here in the mid.
There we go to the middle lane. Stuns on the Glaciers. Bloodlust kill coming out right there. Peter Pan Dam and Luna actually getting credit for it. Meanwhile, at the bottom lane, I was watching a bit of that. Lowstone just not afraid to man up with this hero being played by Moomeander, and Nova's taking a bit of pressure, but he uses the health potion. Going to be back to full life. But yeah, Tempest, surely enough, sets up the kill in the middle lane. Get it on Bloodlust on a Glacius there. Again, coming up for a Luna, so perhaps some early boots going to be coming for Peter Pan Dam here in the near future. But yeah, Kronos not having the best of start when it comes to creep farm here. Moomy, on the other hand, 10-4 compared to a 6-3 Kronos. So seems like Moon has done a pretty solid job down here at the bottom lane. In that matchup,
I mean, it's not exactly an easy matchup for Kronos to dominate here. And Well, as the saying goes, if you're not winning your safe lane, you're losing it.
Yeah.
Going even, or even in this case with Lodestone actually controlling the creep farm, not where you want to be. Tempest not really being contested at all in his woods either. They're content to just keep these lanes as they are.
Yeah.
I wanted to see some movement between this Glacius and Blacksmith. I feel like in a static lane game, pretty much nothing good will come out of it.
It really sets up for more exactly. The Blacksmith Chipper, the pressure is on them. I mean, they need to have a big impact in this game, especially with the start that's coming out. I mean, you do see Master of Arms taking some good burst right there, but by no means is he going to be killed. So, back to the middle lane, though. Tempest coming back at level 4. No ultimate just yet by Glacius. Again, going to be bursted down. We see the infinite instability from Gauntlet, but not going to be enough. In fact, might set up a kill on him now. Love and stuff trying to survive. Not going to happen,
He looked like he wanted to actually use his grapple. He didn't even have the mana for it, though.
Oh.
So,
yep, that hurts.
A little bit short there. Oops. Mid lane, just they can't even really go back. I mean, they can kill Glacius whenever they want at this point. So, just those couple ganks from Tempest. He's already level 5, doing very well. Checking out his gold, he pretty much has his Ring of Sorcery available very, very soon here. Gonna have level 6, and well, then Kronos has to be careful here on the bottom lane, man. Lodestone's already capable of killing heroes on his own. Insert Tempest Elemental Void, a quick tower push, and gonna be looking at a pretty grim game for the rest of the time for ITS.
Yeah. Again, this is definitely a type of game that we be lying if say we weren't expecting it. Oh, Grapple gonna miss right there.
No, I saw for a second there, Kronos. I was wondering if he was serious. He bought a pickled brain instead of the life tube, and I was like, "Is this
yeah,
actually
he's
happening?
not used to playing this carry yet. He's still going for the Ring of Sorceries and all support items, yo. No,
yeah, no, he's going for the life tube instead. So gonna rush more of that Rune Cleaver build.
We do see Master of Arms at the top lane. He is going to be pressured. Can this actually be a kill? Rocket going to miss right there. Just trying to guess, really. Another one guess. Again, not going to hit, though. Maybe another one. Nope, not going to go for it. And Tralfa will survive in the end. So not able to capitalize on kill opportunities. It's a big deal for ITS. I mean, you just look at the lineup and it speaks for itself.
Well, the chase led him back to his base anyway. So as they spend time walking back to the lane, he's spending time healing. He won't even miss out on much.
Yeah.
Gauntlet looking for these hook opportunities, but now that his grapple is down, that's like, hey, they won't have anything to save Glacius, so Pebbles can really, really choose to play aggressive here if he so chooses. There goes the Gauntlet, going to get that combination off, and
the health potion! Jeez.
The bottle charge.
And then the bottle charge on top, or did he have a health potion? I thought I saw a health potion.
Maybe he saw.
Maybe it was just actually. It probably was the Inferno instability. It was actually. I'm going to say that, but yeah, the bottle charge is barely keeping him alive. Inferno instability obviously also gives you the movement speed as well, so helping him out a little bit right there. So yeah, barely staying alive. You're talking about how they were looking to play aggressive. Yeah, they wanted to go for Gauntlet right there, but obviously wasn't able to follow it up. So, but the double damage on Beacon, he'll continue to just farm it up now.
Yeah, Steam Boot's going to be picked up here for him as well. So, Luna running that rune. It's the haste rune for Pebbles, and Steam Boots. Rune Pebbles, that's going to be another kill whenever they want it. Tempest is rotating towards mid already. Going to be probably double tap here if he gets the Elemental Void off, but no go.
They're going to spread out. Gauntlet running in, though. What is Gauntlet thinking? He's going to be checked in there as Tempest. No ultimate necessary. Putting in the auto attack. Tempest needs to be careful with the tower, though. Going to barely run away in time. And Love and stuff on Gauntlet, however. Doom is definitely set for him. Tries to turn it around on Pebbles, but not enough damage to do so. So he will fall in the end. And well, as that sexy announcer voice just said right there, I think it is a massacre so far. Starting off in favor of complexity here. You see got Blacksmith coming to the middle lane, but he's not going to commit too much right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 4.7k gold advantage, man. They still have Elemental Void up. They have no major AoE counter push. Gauntlet's Infernal Instability does not count. Chipper does not count. Glacius has a little bit there with the Thunder Blast, but can you really rely on that to hold off Tempest pushes? Probably not.
Yeah. Yeah, so not the best of starts here.
Yeah, Kronos is going for more of that late game build, but you can't really afford to in a game where every team's all up in your face, because by the time you get your Rune Cleaver, you won't even have stacks to farm because you won't have control of your jungle. So, unless he actually chooses to go for the Helm route, he might have been opting to do that instead. I didn't see what he picked up next here. I actually prefer to see that and see him get active with his team. Meanwhile, they are shaping up in the top lane, though. Chipper's cut out of position.
Oh, jeez. Let's talk about burst damage. I mean, you see where the Hellborn team is at right now, complexity and what they're able to do right there. As Chipper did not stand a chance. So the roaming Aluna Pebbles, they make their way to the top lane, eventually set up that kill. Master of Arms not even needed right there, other than his ultimate, I guess, which he did use aggressively for Pebbles right there. So only 8 minutes into the game, And we are already looking at a 7,200 goal lead on top of a 5,100 experience lead in favor of Complexity. So definitely making a statement here.
Yeah.
Early on in this game.
Gauntlet
sure.
actually being forced to use Infernal Stability to run away as well. So they've grouped up pretty much as 5 here top. Gonna have to run back to their lanes here, but conceding the bottom lane to Complexity. They're continuing the push. Pebbles, man, I mean, at this point, already nearing his portal key. Grapple gonna miss just barely. He's still not even afraid. He's still sitting up in front. He's got his buddy Luna nearby. Isn't afraid of anything, man.
B-Kid going the man mode for sure. Not really too worried. In the end, he's going to start roaming through the jungle right here. Actually going to take out the yellow camp here.
Ring of Sorcery going to come out for him, so he's using up his mana. 7 seconds of that. Tempest is actually not going to rotate. Going to stay bottom and keep that push going. They've got to know they're pretty much grouped up here.
Yeah, they're gonna get ITS to react if anything. So why not? We're just gonna push your secondary tower if you're gonna let us. If you're gonna be occupied in the middle lane right there. So Lodestone and Tempest will gladly do that. Falling to half life currently. We'll see if the invulnerability comes out here. I don't know again if it's up necessarily, but in the meantime, middle lane. Look at that. Complexity is like, you're gonna go defend bottom. We'll gladly take Gauntlet out while he's by himself in the meantime. And he gets comboed down. So Complexity, it definitely is a mix here. Complexity just playing it very well, but ITS obviously they are struggling themselves. And again, it does go back to the lineup. Ultimately, the laning phase just not able to get the kills right off the bat like they needed. Lodestone jumping in, they get the tower kill, goes for the face smash right there, or the head smash even, but not able to get it off. Gets done in the mid process, taking some tons as well. Tempest going in. Oh, he ulted actually initially. It's on cooldown here for Riser. But good rocket blocks coming out for Lodestone.
They're baiting him out, though. You look at Pebbles, man. He's got the portal key delivered. He's shaping up to go behind him. Going for the jump here.
Here we go, man. B-Kid. Power throw kind of messy. Finds Gauntlet, though. The slide by Toya Gauntlet. And now B-Kid's actually in a little bit of trouble right here. Luna throws out the stun. Lodestone coming in. The Shatter Storm already used. He is out of mana. But Pebbles just going to walk away like he's nothing right there. Portal keys away. And he will survive in the end. So
B-Kid's performance there with Pebbles, a little bit reminiscent of our basketball game.
Oh, jeez.
Missing the slam chunk there, but yeah, unfortunate. But I'm sure they'll have many more opportunities with an 11.5k gold advantage. They're not too concerned. You saw they were playing super aggressive with Tempest. They're just having fun at this point, man. They're toying with them. It's a game of cat and mouse.
Yeah, only 10.5 minutes in. It's rare to see that, but Complexity no doubt comfortable to the point of where they can definitely risk having those very, very aggressive and silly plays. But Trout from Midori in the meantime, though, he is doing his own thing at the top lane. Trout is last in goal per minute on his team right now. Not that that's his fault by any means.
He's up against it.
But it definitely shows you where the state of this game is at here for Complexity. And it's still not bad. I mean, he's at 280 GPM.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
But Peter Pan having a Luda's tied with him. And
he's at part of 7 kills. Yeah, he's been doing his thing, farming up top. B-Kid getting the slam dunk now onto the gauntlet. So making up for the previous performance and, well, on his way to complete and utter dominance.
It has begun, and it is going to continue, it seems like. Lodestone trying to find an opportunity down here at the bottom lane, but not gonna find that. Kronos
oh no, but he's rotating mid. He's caught out behind them. They're gonna start pushing up here on mid. Try to converge on the Blacksmith. Caught out of position.
There's the fireball coming out. The rocket barrage. The freeze on top. But the Shatter Storm not gonna be used. The big rocket drill. And Chipper's gonna absolutely explode. He got killed before the Shatter Storm even. But at what cost right here? Lodestone actually in a little bit of trouble. Nice Chronosphere in the background. But Lodestone trying to make the getaway. Doesn't have the mana for another rocket drill. Trying to survive health potion. Anything to use. Another protection coming up from his passive. The rocket drill. Oh my God! Serious? Makes the escape.
Oh my!
Are you kidding me? Wow, he bought the time needed to get away. Let the dance party begin.
Luna stuff. I can't believe he got out of that, man.
Let the dance party begin.
Oh no, the Complexity dance party spam. Is it actually going right now?
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Oh God.
I probably shouldn't be promoting that.
No, but
our
what's
chat
done is
mods
done.
right now are
Is this going to be a 0-kill game for them?
It's possible, unfortunately. See another kill right there. Ay. It is just out of control here for ITS. So, again, it's clear with the way that they're approaching this game with the lineup that they picked, they're here to have fun, but you got to wonder a little bit if your emotions still got to be heard somewhat if you're ITS that, okay, well.
I don't even think you're going to, I mean, you're not even having fun at that point. You're just getting wailed on to even get to make some early kills happen with that Blacksmith Glacius. I mean, I really would have liked to see them just at least set it up so the Blacksmith and the Glacius were working together to create some early kills. I feel like that's one of Blacksmith's strong points is with that 600 range fireball. Compared to a lot of the fact that a lot of the Glacius's long range Thunder Blast does help set up a lot of early kills. So a little bit unfortunate, but Beacon.
Maybe a kill. Beacon maybe went a little too far. Too for the message call. Yep, gonna be fine.
Actually going back on him here, playing front man. Looks like got Tempest shaping up behind. Has the Elemental Void back up, but nothing gonna happen from there yet.
See Master of Arms also coming for assistance, so Tralfmador definitely going to join the party now. He's been involved, although the stats would say a little differently. He's 0-0. The Master's Call has been used multiple times here, both defensively and offensively, to help set up the kills. But he's got the Energizer now, figuring with the game state, it's like, okay, I might as well start joining my team here. And assisting to really push in and finish this game. Pebble's going in right there. Blacksmith's going to be gone on. Going to get the counter kill, perhaps. The Corner Spear coming out, but will it be enough? Chipper gets the kill right there. As this all's going to have big Tempest Ultimate going to start locking out Chronos. He will get away, though.
Huge
Tempest
rewinds.
Ultimate was stopped. Yeah, the rewind helping to keep Nova alive as well. But Gauntlet falling in the process. So the one kill happening on a Beacon, but he bought back immediately. And he is looking to already fight once again as he's back here, porting in. So Onslaught will continue. And at this point, you're kind of just eyeing that timer and keeping that
wondering
for
if
the
they're actually
15-minute
going to
mark.
go for the 15 CC or just milk out the game. I have a feeling like they're going to play until Complexity truly takes it throne, but we'll have to see.
Perhaps.
I don't think they travel all the way to Dreamhack to just throw the game right away.
Yeah, by no means.
Chronos going in, but the defensive Master's Call coming out. He jumped to his death here. There's no way he's getting out of this one.
Come on, Nova, I believe. Rewind! Rewind!
Oh, there
God!
it is!
The rewind is ridiculous. The port, the TP. No, it's not going to be enough. Jeez. That's Chronos for you. Oh, the rocket nearly stopping Tempest. But
yeah, but now Chipper is sort of caught up position. Doesn't have a port to get out of here, but they're not going to keep the chase up. Just content to take their winnings and go home. Or if not, they're just camping outside the base.
There. Saying, come at us, bro. Gonna make you finish the old-fashioned way, and that's, of course, killing the world tree here if you're Complexity. So they definitely are gonna hold their ground. It looks like, as you were just talking about. I mean, how about that Nova, by the way? And again, maybe it was just because of how this game progressed, but he did max out the rewind first, as far as his.
If anything, it's just to bait him out. He figures.
Yeah.
He goes upping the other skills. They're not playing aggressive anyway. They got smashed in early game, so. No room for aggression. He's just trying to bait him out and hope they waste spells and they can win the fight that way. Just trying to roll the dice a bit too, even though he's not the Blacksmith.
Exactly. Blacksmith, speaking of that, doesn't have his Chaotic Flames just yet. So not able to multicast just yet. But once he levels up, we'll perhaps start seeing some multicasts coming out here. Complexity kind of resetting a little bit. Going to get their next tier of items. But it already looks like they are starting to progress. I mean, B-Kid's just constantly been up in the front lines, it seems like. Him and Moon Meander as well. Kind of just looking for those opportunities. Rocket Drone right there. Glacius. He's just barely outside his base with a secondary tower up, and he just gets jumped. I mean, that's when you know you're in a bad state.
And even need to use a chuck to kill that one, man. Just the head smash to stun, and down he went.
But yeah, again, I will say Complexity obviously making a big statement here too. That yeah, they're here for serious business in the end, and they don't care who they're playing. They're going to give it their effort, their A+ effort, and just leading to a stomp here in the series against ITS. So it's safe to say they are well on their way to starting off these group stages 1-0, getting the Worm match.
Look at how far Moon's up. He's literally.
He got a portal key. Just like, guys, don't worry about me. I'm just going to go get my portal key real quick and go out. So. And they let him. I mean,
they actually kind of like walked away from him.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god!
Wait, he's there! No, get away! He's just gradually going by. There's the Shadow Storm. He's got the PK. Oh, a big chance right here. There's the jump. The Shadow Storm explosion. Glacius gonna fall. Chipper taking the minus armor, but big Chronosphere coming out. What is being turned around? Chance. Holy crap! The 5-man Chronosphere sets up the Saw Blade Showdown. And are they going to be able to get the kill? Tempest Ultimate, though, from Rise. He's going to lock him down. And look at the lockdown right there. Blacksmith off to the side. He's trying to get away from Tralfmador. Complexity fully committed. Dumpster Time coming out on top of Chronos, being played by Nova, of course. Glacius going to be taken out. Gauntlet ports somewhere. He ports to the top tower, actually.
The tower stopped attacking Tralf. I'm not sure if he's out of range or not. Oh, God, the grapple. Is he actually going to die, too?
Yep. He can buy us out again. He's already used
what a
both
disaster.
Well, it was shiny at least.
It's fun while it lasted, Breaky.
They got 05, but obviously it didn't matter in the end. So you see again, you see them laughing there on the webcam, on the player cam. They're having fun. The GGs are coming out. It looks like enough is enough for ITS. So Complexity should officially be picking up their first game victory. Like I said, kind of a warm-up game for them. You could even say. Kind of getting that out of the way. Again, no offense against ITS, but it's just simply they were outmatched here. I think it's just clearly
on a different level, man. We said it going into it. I vowed my life on this game. Wouldn't do that in just any circumstance. So won't do that actually for most of the matchups in this entire event, but was confident going into that match. I could say that Complexity would be taking it. Just the you can tell by the motivation, the energy with which one team approaches the event. When you look at ITS, it's like we're here to have fun. When you're looking at Complexity, they're like we're here to win. So two completely different mentalities, and well, obviously favorite Complexity in that exchange.
It does. It does. Again, the group stages are a long one, though, as we keep stressing over the next day and a half. All these teams going to play the other team once here in these group stages, so 7 matches total to be specific. As I almost did that wrong there on my fingers. So anyways, Complexity starting off 1-0, obviously a great start, but again, when you look at the matchups that are ahead of them, it's safe to say, perhaps one of the lighter matchups getting off early on here against ITS. But still, it is a warm-up match for them. It kind of gets their, gets the mojo flowing even and kind of gets them ready for.
It's good to have it as an earlier match of the day too, as it heats up to some of the more intense games.
Exactly. Speaking of that, their next matchup specifically is actually going to be against VDT, Vietnamese Dream Team, which will be the next set of matches to happen. That will be over there on COLcast. So that definitely steps up a little bit as far as the competition goes. I don't know. Do we have a replay from the last one that we really? Okay. Let's actually pull it up right here. This is a good one here. Here you go. This
Nova.
is big 5-man Chrono Soul, man.
Boom shakalaka. There it is. Here's the turning point for ITS.
There it is.
They've got it. The rewinds are going to come out. The rewinds. He's not even taking damage yet, but
well, you see the front lines there. Oh, but then Tempest
no rewinds actually.
Locks them down, and all hell breaks loose once again. So, yeah, clearly, again, it was pretty. It looked pretty there for ITS, that great 5-man Chronosphere, but at that point especially, it just simply didn't matter. So, so again, that's it for that game right there. I assume maybe we're actually going to be setting up an interview here shortly, but we do have an update on the other match. It looks like that one did finish. It looks like Kung Fu Gaming did. No, I'm just kidding. Stay Green EU did defeat Kung Fu Gaming in their series. It looks like it was also a fairly quick game. It was about an 18-minute game.
I mean, a lot of people are comparing ITS and KFG to be a pretty similar tier going into this event. The rest of the teams, you can say, have a chance at making big things happen. When looking at KFG and ITS, they're both sort of, I don't know, more filler teams, I guess, in the process, but.
Yeah, so, that was Stay Green, excuse me, not Stay Green EU, so I apologize for that. That was actually Stay Green. So Stay Green International, they are now actually 2-0. Excuse me there. They are now 2-0 here in the group stages. So as you see in the updated graphic there, so greatly made by our producer Pan Man. The only team not to play so far is VDT, as we just mentioned. They are going to be playing Complexity here in the next match against Complexity on COLcast. So they'll get to make their debut here at Dreamhack, but everyone else has played now, and you see the standings so far as a result of it. Again, Stay Green and Stay Green EU as well as Complexity all on top there with their big victories. So, but that's of course going to change all throughout the day, and we'll definitely keep a close eye on those standings all throughout the day to come. So. Well, we got 2 matches down here for day 1.
Yeah.
So a good start here, I must say, especially the first game. I mean, Stay Green versus Myth. That was a great series if you did miss it, by the way.
That was a phenomenal series for sure. S2I really showing what they're made of. And, well, if nothing else, showing that they've improved. And they wanted to show the world that since GSL. And they'll hopefully continue to improve as well. And, well, we probably haven't seen the last of them when it comes to this event.
Oh, no.
If they're able to do that well against Stay Green, we'll see how they fare against the rest of the competition. That match I'm really interested in, though, is actually the next round match of Complexity versus VDT. That is actually one of the more exciting matches of today in my book, so I'm going to be keeping a close eye on that one. Yeah, keep close on those results. Again, going to be covered by COLcast over there. Again, if you go to ghostedgamers.net/Han, it has the full broadcast schedule for you guys to look at as far as both ourselves and COLcast, what we're covering every single hour and a half here in our coverage. So again, every single hour and a half, there's a match that's set to happen. 9 matches in total, I believe it is. Yeah, 9 matches in total for today that we're going to be ultimately going through amongst just having fun. So if you've been tuning in, I hope that you've been getting that so far. We've definitely been really looking forward to this event from